Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with episode 7 of Crash Your Trash. And as usual, I try to kind of do double duty on these projects because if I have a journal in mind that I need a bunch of clusters or special embellishments, I will just go ahead and use pieces from the kit to create the focal point on a cluster kind of project. So that's what I'm doing again today. So I've got my large papers because these are going to be a page edge cluster. That's a mouthful. And so they're going to be probably at least 4.5 inches tall. And I've never done that before. So it's going to be interesting how that works because it's new for me. So I've got everything out. I've got my textiles here. I've got some fabric, some lace, and such. I've got specialty papers, which are, this is that paper from Hobby Lobby that's got that really cool texture I thought would be fun. This is all stuff from my scraps. So the only thing that's not from my scraps is this bit, which is, these are the bits from My Porch Prints Daisy Bundle and Lazy Daisy kits. I'm not going to differentiate between the two because they are both daisy themed and have similar looks. So you can check out, I'll be sure to link both of the kits in all of the videos in the playlist. So this is going to land in the cluster playlist as well as the Daisy Dreams journal playlist that is just starting because I'm actually have somewhat of a commission piece, although I'm not accepting payment for the project. It is a requested journal for through my best friend for her friend, somebody very important in her life. So that's what I'm creating around here. So I've got buttons and some words and stuff. Obviously more than I need for this project, but I prepped a bunch of scraps and stuff for this journal altogether. So I'm just moving this back up. I was trying to get some more of that in frame. So I'm just going to move these away a little bit so that I can work here. And so yeah, and then we've got the little scraps too. I don't think I mentioned this. These are the littler bits. So we're gonna do, I'm hoping to do 2 at regular speed, and then I'll do more and speed the video up so you can continue to watch the process in case you want to get more ideas about how I lay things out or whatever. But there's no right or wrong with clusters. You just kind of lay things down and it's usually beautiful. I don't know about what you guys experience, but that's what I experienced. So I've got some big bits. So I'm going to start with a couple of these. So I think this is going to make a great base. So you do want to have a base that's somewhat more sturdy. This is on probably a 40 pound, 32 pound maybe paper. It's a print. It's a kit that I bought in the very beginning when I started doing this this kind of work. So got a bunch of stuff here, so I'm just going to pick 2 that I really like that I want to start with here for you in the real-time part of the video. I like this one because I just made a project using this paper, and then we've got this green which is lovely too. So which one shall we do? This is a little bit too flimsy for the base in my opinion. It's just 20 pound, but it will work on another part of the layer. So I'm thinking I want to do this and this. So let's just start there, see how it goes. Again, I've never done this before, so it's going to be interesting. So obviously this is too tall because it is, wow, 7.5 inches. So I only want them to be about maybe 4.5. Let's start with a 4.5 first. So I'm going to go ahead and just tear this down to 4.5-ish. All of my, you can't see it very well, from cleaning my mat, a lot of my numbers are disappearing. So, because I clean my area with alcohol or like a Lysol kind of stuff. So it's rubbing off the numbers, but it's okay. So I do want that edge. I just doing that just so that I can get my height right. So now I'm going to go ahead and tear it down. Going to do a rough tear here, and then I'm tearing both edges because I don't like that straight edge in these kinds of projects. Then I'm going to tear that a little bit, which is why I left it a little bit longer. You certainly do not have to tear. You could just do scraps just as they are. So I'm going to select my pieces and then we'll ink them all together and then we'll go on from there. So, and then you want to be thinking about which way you want. Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter because it's going to go on the edge of a page. So it's going to kind of sit like this. So it's not going to really matter. I'm going to tear these papers and I will probably speed through this part. It's a little bit boring. Just as a note before I do that, I do kind of have a recipe though. So I usually have printed paper, words, music pages, something from a vintage book, and then I have textiles and then maybe buttons and things like that kind of build up the project. So, and obviously we want layers to be different widths and heights. So I'm just going to kind of tentatively lay this out so that we can kind of see what we're doing. These layers are not necessarily going to stay the way they are. So let's see what else. I want a little bit of a vintagey look in here too. So let's just use a piece of this. It looks good with straight edges too. So don't feel like you have to do what I'm doing. Straight edges look good as a complement to the cluster. So we've got that. So that could be, that's a little bit long. You want to tear off the top here, like so. I do want to see a bit of everything if I can. And I've got the, I also have some pattern paper. Okay, so now we're going to ink this stuff up and we will be ready to move on. Okay, so let's give this one a try. So this is going to be our base, and I'm used to I'm used to working on one side or the other of a project, so this is going to be kind of interesting. I think I want a piece of this. This is that 3M masking paper, which I also love to incorporate. It just creates a really interesting little bit of different texture. And let's see, I think I need to tear that just a little bit, and I'm going to try to ink it. It's hard to ink up because it just does that. It wrinkles, but the wrinkles actually hold the ink really well too. So sometimes I'll even ball it up and then unfold it and then ink it some more. So let me do that really quick since I'm talking about it. Like so. Wrinkly wrinkly. So let's go ahead and get some art glitter glue here. So I'm going to go ahead and put it directly on. You know what? I'm thinking I want a piece of lace to start off with here. So between these first two layers. So I've got this scrap here, one of my favorites. I know it doesn't look like a scrap, but it is not something. If it's a cut off of something, then I'll just toss it in the scrap bin. So, oh, I love that. Yes, yes, yes. So we're going to be thinking about this being on the right hand side of a page, at least for now. And then so I'm directionally that's important here because of where I'm going to put this lace. So using my Fabri-Tac here. And then we'll put this on. I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac again because I am gluing onto lace. And in case you haven't heard me talk about it before, this 3M masking paper will actually go through your printer. It is amazing without taping it onto anything. It's awesome. So we're going to go ahead and use this piece as well. I think I want to, let's see, I think I want to tear it down just a little bit more. And you kind of just know by kind of playing around with it what you like. So please just do what is pleasing to you. Clusters are supposed to be just fun and relaxing and a great way to crash your trash. I like that. I still want to see that green though, so I'm kind of guarding that a little bit, making sure that I don't lose all of it. Like so. Oh, that's going to be so cool. Okay, so these are going to be fairly layered, and that's okay. I'm going to tear this one down a little bit more. Do we want something? I think we need another layer in between here. So this is Tim Holtz paper, that tissue paper, or whatever you call it, collage paper I think it's called. It's a little bit hard to tear, it can be. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rip the part that's super white off because I don't necessarily care about that. And I'm going to try to have this kind of go off a little bit. I think the art glitter glue is going to be okay for this because it's just really lightweight. Like so. Oh, so pretty already. Yes, sirree. Oh, I love that. Love it. I'm going to be doing another Crash Your Trash, which is not like a true Trash Your Trash. Oh my goodness. But it is an item that I don't use enough, which are book pages. And usually they're from the smaller books. I'm going to show you a technique for doing some stamping and some watercoloring on those, and then you can create pockets out of them. So that's going to be a Crash Your Trash coming up. So I don't think we need this one here. Let's go ahead and pick, we're getting close to the end of this one, so let's go ahead and pick a something for the focal image here. So these are, again, bits from the kit that I'm going to use. Some of them I used some on my previous project, so I don't have as many out here as I had originally. But I'm liking this, but I think I want to make a circle out of it, so I'm going to grab my larger circle punch, which is I believe it's a 1.5 inch. Yeah, 1.5. So I'm just going to try to get a piece of this image here. Hopefully it's not too small for this. Almost too small. We'll be able to cover up those straight edges. I'll show you what I mean here. So see, we've got that edge here. I don't like that, but we will ink it and you won't see it. Potentially. So we've got that. It's beautiful. So we need a little bit more lacy here, I think. But we use this piece. I love that. Does it feel like enough? I think it's enough for the first one. Although I do have this fabric. It would be fun to bring some fabric into this. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Look what I just ran into. Would that be gorgeous or what? I've been holding on to this. It's been moving around in my scrap bin for a while. I don't even know where I got it, but I feel like we need to use it here. Just trying to get that piece of white off. What do you think? Oh yes, definitely. So that's our decision made. I'm going to go ahead and put another piece of lace here. And then we are almost done with the first one. That was super fast and nifty. And then we're going to go ahead and, it looks like that's maybe not white. Maybe it's just, I can't really, oh yeah it is. I must have cut this off of something else. So I'm just going to try to pick those off. There we go, that's better. But anyway, I think it was off of a bigger doily, perhaps. Can't remember. Oh goodness gracious. We want it off because I'm not going to be able to pull it off later. It's going to bug me. There we go. I think we got them all. So, isn't that gorgeous? I was waiting for the perfect project for this. So this is it. So I'm going to go ahead and put Fabri-Tac down on the surface because I'm not going to be able to, it's hard to put it on the this doily because of all the holes in it, but that's going to be fine. I'm going to put that on there like so. And then we're going to glue this on as well, using Fabri-Tac again because we are gluing on, you know, well, this is, you know, material or thread or yarn or whatever. Oh, goodness. Goodness, goodness. There we go. So again, this is for my Daisy Dream journal that I'm making. So it's hard for me not, it needs to, I'm keeping it pretty soft, but it also, I have to create in my style, and my style is with a little bit of grunge, so that's what I'm going with. So now we need a sentiment. So let's see what we've got over here. We have trust, we have fresh cut grass, that's kind of pretty. We have bees and butterflies, which is a little bit long, but we could fix that if we need to, or we want to use it. Restore, trust, daisies. What do you think? Yep, daisies. There we go. And then we'll move on to the second one, and then we will speed up through the rest. Just trying to honor your time as well. I know that people don't have forever and a day to watch videos, so I carve out time in the morning and in the evening, and anything outside of that, it just has to wait because I can't sit and do that all the time. I did move a really small TV into my studio so that when I'm creating off camera, I can actually catch up on videos and stuff. So that'll be good. So there is our first page edge cluster. So let's do the second one. Move these out of the way here. Again. And our second page was this one, which it doesn't really matter. I'm going to hold on to that because you can see that hardly none of that showed. So it doesn't have to be a special paper. So I'm going to just pick something else. Let's just use this yellow one. So again, I want to get it down to about the height that I'm wanting these to be. I'm going to go a little bit higher with this one just for kicks. So I'm going to actually go, 6 inches on this one. Why not? We can do what we want, right? It's kind of that. It's my party. Cry if I want to. It's my party. I'll create like I want to. So obviously it's not going to be that wide. That's just ridiculous. So, and then I'm going to kind of deliberately do kind of a come in a little bit and go back out. And then there we go. So that's the base. And then I think I want to use some of the sheet paper because I did pull that out of my stash. If you guys don't know what the sheet paper is, it's called She Decided, and it's from SeanPetite.com subscriber library. If you subscribe to her blog, you get access to free digitals, like free pages, which is really awesome. I love, love, love this, and I love it because it's got these daisies. So I think I want to go ahead and pull these in. I don't care for the bird, so I'm not feeling too much pain about making him go away. This is a little bit of a thinner paper, which is okay as well. So I'm staggering my heights a little bit so that we've got a good collage-y look here. So we've got that and that. I feel like I need something dark between these two. That's a little bit too pale. So let me just see what I've got here. Sorry, this part is off camera. I can't keep everything in view. We've got this really great coffee dyed paper that's just a cutoff, so I think that would be good. So let me go ahead and just tear this a bit as well. Do we want to leave that edge straight? We could. Yeah, let's leave it straight. And then we'll put something in between these layers here. So let's see. I wanted to use some of that fabric this time. So this is beautiful yellow fabric that I used actually on my little miniature journal that I made that was called it was Jeté oh, I cannot say it, guys. It was my I Love You Mama journal, and it was for when Mary Lou died, and I made it kind of as something that I could remember her by. So, so I have this fabric that was part of that cover, so I think I'm going to use it. Why not? It's not quite as long as I'd like it to be, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be. So we're going to get that in a layer too, and then, yeah, I'm not sure where yet. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go. I'm not sure that's going to really go, but we'll see. Clusters don't have to be matchy-matchy. I do have this piece of muslin that I really also love to use. Oh, you know what? I have some stamped muslin. Let me grab, sorry guys, I'm just going to grab it out of my drawer behind me. And, oh, and I just bumped into this. Remember this, guys? Oh, I need to use this. Forget the muslin. I put all that kind of fabric-y stuff together so that I can just grab the whole lot of it and decide what I want to use. Oh, this is lovely. I'm not real sure about that piece right now. Oh, that's beautiful. And I'm not real sure about the fabric. We'll see. We might put that as an upper layer. So I want this to show, but I don't. It's kind of weird. Oh, that's better. But we need to make sure these are layering up appropriately. Being silly me. What is appropriate? You know, I don't know. I don't like things, if I'm putting it on this page edge, I don't like it to hang over too much because it gets kind of ugly on the back side. So I'm trying to guard this edge here a little bit. So maybe if we just tear this down a little bit more and just use a little bit less of it, we'll find a happy medium, like so, because I love my sheet paper, except then I don't have a place for this. It can hang over the edge though without a problem. So let's start inking this up, and I will be back with you shortly. Okay, we're gonna start gluing. I just picked a piece of this pattern paper, but I'm feeling like I want it to be the length of the, or more of the length of the, or maybe we'll use a piece of this. Nope. We're going to use this pattern paper. I pulled it out of my drawer. So I just want a little bit longer piece than I had just selected there. So we're going to do that really quick. I'm just going to use my art glitter glue here. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to have so many layers on top of it. So just like that. I like that black peeking out, like so. And then we had this layer here. I'm just feeling like I want this edge torn. I don't like that straight edge. But again, you can do what you like. Please do what you like. We don't all like the same things, right? And you know, your eyes know what it wants to look at. So, because I like seeing this white on the other side. So, oh, but we need some lace, don't we? We need some lace. Let's see what, oh, look at this. That's gorgeous. Shall we do that? Yes, yes, I think so. I'm going to put it down and put it on, and then I will trim it. Beautiful, beautiful lace. Goodness. Goodness gracious. There we go. Use my paper towel to pat that down. So again, I like to layer up so that we've got contrasting patterns and colors going on here to create as much interest as possible. So that's kind of my recipe, as I'm calling it. And having a focal image like we did on this one is really key to having a cluster that doesn't look like a hot mess. So just keep that in mind if you're struggling with that. You may not be. So I'm going to layer these up because I like that. I like those two together. They're from the same paper. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on of my, this is a very thick coffee dyed paper from my stash. A batch that I did on 65-pound paper. So I'm just going to put that on there so you can still see the pattern paper. We can still see the lace. and it's all fantastic. And do we want the sheet paper here and then do this? What do we think? I kind of like that. That means this has to be narrower here. Let me just fix that quickly. Yeah, so we'll go put the sheet paper down first just so we make sure that we get it in place underneath that other piece easily. So I don't know about you guys, but my trash does not get any smaller. It does not change one little bit as I do this crash your trash. It's just, it's sort of like bunnies, you know? They just keep on multiplying. There we go. Just need to move that over a little bit. So, do we need another piece of lace? Nope, I think we're good. Ooh, this would be pretty here though. Except I don't want to waste it there because it's too beautiful. I'm going to just use my art glitter glue because this is really thin paper that I'm gluing right now. Oh, come on. There we go. Upside down is not what we want. There we go. Beautiful. Love it. You can't see the sheet paper very much, but we know it's there, right? We've talked about that. That even if you don't see it in the end, we know it's there and we know what it means. We know why we chose it. So we're going to put this on here now, and it's going to hang over, which is going to be just fine. I want to do some more of that. My needle broke in my machine and I had to go to town and get a new needles, and I got the denim needles because I looked up what is the best needle for sewing on paper, and they said the denim needle, so that's what I bought. So I'm looking forward to playing around to see what kind of a different result I get from using a different needle rather than just a fabric needle. So I love that. I love these little frayed bits too. So that's that, and then we're going to put this on top. Oh, I just love this. So fun, you guys. So fun. I hope that you're enjoying Crash Your Trash. Even though it might feel like a lost cause. I know it does for me. I love this. Look at that bunched up bit of thread. Perfect to have that showing. So now we need to decide on a focal image, which is now buried underneath all of this stuff. Let me find something here. Let's see what we have. Oh, we've got the girl. She was so pretty. I'm not a big fan of the stamped look, so I'm going to go ahead and just trim that off. And it's great to be able to use your supplies the way that you like. Just because they come one way doesn't mean you cannot alter them to fit what you're wanting to do or the look that you're going for. So there we go. Oh, she's going to be gorgeous there. Yes, 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 yes. So we have her, which will be really pretty on that green because it's creating a really great contrast there as well. So, but I feel like we need something else. Maybe we just need another piece of lace. I also have this I wanted to put on something, but maybe we'll put some somewhere. I don't know. Maybe not this one. Maybe another one. And then I've got these also, these little daisies, which would be pretty on here because we actually have daisies going on in the picture here. So I don't know. They're so white, which I'm just. So funny, but I'm not a real big fan of white in paper crafting, even though everything else in my life is white. It's kind of strange. Oh, there's also this one. Ooh, look at this. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Ooh, look at that. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, that's where it's gonna go. It's kind of got like a felt feel to it. It's really interesting. I think I got this this ribbon for the the adventure journal, but I'm not sure if it's going to go in the adventure journal because it's it's got these pearls and stuff. That's not really very, you know, very outdoorsy. So I feel like this needs something else, and I'm not sure what. Maybe it needs a piece of this under her. It's not quite wide enough. Let's see what we can do here. And then I will speed the video up, guys, and you can watch it in a little bit quicker if you want to continue to see what I'm doing. Totally up to you. That is too big though. So let's go ahead and trim it. I've got it on here. Goodness gracious, straight. Okay, so yeah. So we will be moving on here in a second. We did want that kind of higher up though. And we're gonna put our girl on, and then we need to choose a word or phrase from our little stash. Perfect. Looks so interesting, if I don't say so myself, if I do say so myself rather. So where's my words? Where'd the words go, Renee? Oh, here they are. Fresh cut grass, quiet, quiet. Bees and butterflies, nope. Restore, blessings. I think blessings is blessing for this one. I'm gonna trim it down. Okay guys, so I'm going to speed the video up now, and you can continue watching or you can hop off, whatever suits you. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video. If you're popping off now. Okay guys, we're finishing up. I'm just going to put a sentiment on this and I'm going to call it good. I need to go, so I don't have as much time as I wanted to spend on this today, but I think you guys get the idea. We created 3 on camera. So, but I did want to show you, this is what it looks like on the back side, which I don't care for. So I'm going to try to do some inking and see if I can feel better about that. The other thing that we can do is put a piece of lace on there when we put it in the journal. So there's ways to kind of dress that up. It's not looking too terribly bad now that it is inked. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that really helps a lot with that kind of that rough edge. So you see that. So there we go. So let's find a word. So we've got quiet. We've got restore. Oh, I think restore is good on this one for some reason. I can't really explain why one's, you know, one stands out more than another depending on the project or the piece. But we're going to do restore. Put a little bit of ink on here. So thanks guys so much for coming by. I hope that you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment if you like that. It really helps my channel if you hit like on the video and then leave a comment. It helps my channel to be more visible on YouTube, which I always appreciate you guys if you do that. I'm just going to grab another piece of lace because I feel like I want some kind of barrier there for the sentiment. I was just reaching down in I have a little textile basket here in a drawer at by my knee. So there we go. So anyway, let me know if you liked the video. Let me know if you want to give me some ideas on what other kinds of supplies you have or scraps or whatever that you would like to see me do a video on. I would be happy to oblige, but this one's way more vintagey, but it is pulling in that daisy still. So this may or may not be used in the daisy journal. We'll see, but no harm at all in just doing that. So thank you guys so much. Take care. Bye-bye.